Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Missing the Action, a recap show for all of you missing out on the action. In this week's episode, Supremacy League Week 1. Dev strikes, detonations, comebacks, and devastation. If this week was anything to go by, we're in for a very exciting season. We begin this episode with a game between Impact and PSV penetrations at sufficient velocity. After each team took one cap each, the match was decided in a decisive confrontation for C. Down 170 points, Impact was given no choice but to dive headlong into PSV's strongpoint at C, sailing straight towards their smoke. With both teams in proxy spotting range, Impact takes out PSV's Kutuzov, forcing their battleships into close quarters battle with Impact's last remaining battleship. Shots flying in all directions, PSV comes out on top, but not before losing their own Amagi. Game 2, both sides claim one cap each, with a stalemate ensuing for the B cap. The first kill, 12 minutes in, alone Charles Martel baited into burning his defensive fire and throwing the point lead to PSV. This forces Impact to move in order to close the gap, with their Amagis beginning a lumbering push through C. 2 minutes remaining, PSV held position as Impact bear down on them from all directions. In a rapid duel for the B cap, Impact came out on top with a rapid volley from Edinburgh sealing the deal, Impact taking game 2 and forcing the series to a third game. On Neighbors, both sides took one cap each. With PSV's battleships bearing down on the last free cap, Impact is forced to withdraw, firing a last parting salvo at PSV's smoke camp. This lucky shot takes the Kutuzov down from full health to 0 instantly. An important note, this Kutuzov was never spotted in the entire match. This goes to show that smoke does not make you invincible. With the dead Kutuzov unable to lay down any new smoke, PSV's Chapav is forced out of position, opening up its broadside in an attempt to escape. Impact capitalizes on this to take out PSV's radar cruiser. Down 250 points and 3 ships, PSV is about ready to resign themselves to defeat when their Amagi, left alone by Impact, holds the score at 999 points. As GGs are handed around, PSV knocks out Impact's Amagi, and in a gunfight for B, knocks out 2 more ships with less than a minute on the clock. Narrowly avoiding defeat, PSV makes a very successful comeback to win the series 2-1. Another close matchup, OPG Club Seals and APOC SQ Task Force Apocalypse Salt Queens faced off in their own 3 matches, each trying to take their second win for the night. In Game 1, APOC took an early lead with 2 caps, but unable to fully finish low health ships, OPG was able to cap B and take the first match. Game 2 was a thing that happened, with APOC taking a decisive victory over OPG and pushing the series to 3. Game 3 saw OPG taking decisive control of the trap, taking both B and C caps and holding the northeast entrance. Faced with this indomitable fortress, APOC was forced to take the long way around, flanking to the eastern part of the map. With OPG about to win, Salt Queens were able to successfully kill OPG's carrier in order to extend the game. Coming back from a 500 point deficit, APOC took out OPG's Benson to take the lead, along with all 3 cap points. 25 seconds remaining, OPG's Amagi death striked APOC's Chapayev, taking a 50-point lead and winning the series 2-1. In an embarrassing moment for MIA, Mordem, and Aquam in their second game against Cute collisions under technological error, Air Benson getting too close for comfort and suffering a catastrophic detonation. Demonstrating why SL players almost always take detonation flags, Cute takes the series 2-0. In a fight between the Kraken Jackers and OPG, SS Benson is caught out in the open while contesting a cap and eats a torpedo from its twin. OPG takes the series 2-0. Mortimer and Occam Censura and ZR Absolute Territory came out even after 2 matches, their final battle taking place at the B cap on Neighbors. With a slim lead and only a couple minutes left, Censura loses 2 ships in quick succession, ZR taking the series 2-1. Wrapping up with the movement in gold, 4 teams remain undefeated, 1 in the Pacific Conference and 3 in the Atlantic. OPG is alone for now, while ZR, NATO, and PSV share number 1 in their contest. We can expect quite a lot of movement here, especially in the Atlantic Conference. In the Silver League, a matchup between ARP Arpeggio Blue Steel and SFPK Team Special Forces Potato Kings saw SF holding onto a narrowing lead when ARP delivers their carrier on a gold platter. SF took the opportunity to solidify their lead after a valiant effort on ARP's part, SF taking the series 2-0. MLGB Molob Gaming Branch made a strong SL debut, taking wins against SFNR and MIAA. Against Mordem and Occam Argos, MLGB trailed for most of the first match, but managed to secure a couple kills in the last minutes to take Game 1. Game 2 saw both teams remain very close the entire game, the lead switching whenever either team scored a kill. But with their superior positioning, MLGB pincered MIAA into a tight position and swept the series 2-0. Both conferences in Silver are quite even, with 2 teams tied for first in each. QP and MLGB are both the newbies here, qualifying into Silver 2 weeks ago. SFPK and APOC-WP fill out the rest of the first placers. Bronze is essentially identical to Silver, with AFW, AK, STWCN, and ARPDN taking the top slots. For more information, visit worshipsupremacyleague.com. Matches continue Saturday, October 7th. Matches can be watched live, covered by the commentators listed in the comments below, with streams beginning at 9 PM Eastern, 6 Pacific. If you can't find the time, you can always catch the best moments in following episodes of Missing the Action. Thank you for watching. I've been your host, Quadrilus, and I'll see you on the battlefield.